Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones mod Let's Play. So in the previous episode, we were waiting on our friend here to grab a claim on Pine's End, and we are still waiting. So I said that if he didn't do anything in the first half or so of this episode, I am going to replace him, and that's going to be the case. So if he doesn't start putting up, we're going to shut him up and replace him with somebody else. Excuse me. So, yeah. Still working on claims. We do have a claim on Seal Shore, I believe. So, if our truce ends before we're able to grab this, we should be able to press this one. I would like to also start moving on these, obviously, but Seal Shore is, you know, kind of within my borders, so it'd be a good idea to grab that as well. And I believe that's held by... actually, no. He's a Karstark, never mind. I thought the Boltons themselves were holding this, but no, they're just lords over it. And then of course the islands. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan. We have been trying to get ourselves a son as well, and so far we haven't been very lucky. We do have quite a few daughters that we've been trying to make into suitable heirs, but we'll see if we're able to have another son. She did just give us a daughter, so it is possible that she could give us a son still, but the window is closing. So let's get the clock rolling and see what happens today. So I'm really hoping that we can grab this. Let's see. A plot where Tywald seeks to investigate Jane Raventree's legitimacy. Who is Jane? Oh, her? Honestly, I don't care. Do it. Honestly, it'd be better if he investigated her legitimacy and she was found out not to be legitimate, because she's like the least capable of my daughters. So that would actually be doing me a favor. Right, so council, and this should keep moving. Florian is at 17 diplomacy. I will probably end up replacing him with Jonal or Arana if I have to. What is this? Oh. Yeah, whatever, just close him. So I'll replace him with one of these two if he doesn't come up with something soon. We do need to make sure that we keep some money in reserve for whenever it does trigger, because I think it wasn't Pine's End, but oh look, what do you know? Yeah, and look how expensive that was. Had we spent anything, we wouldn't have been able to afford it. So of course we'll do that. And then I'm going to move you. Let's see, I have this, I have this, I have this. This is all held by either myself or by the Glovers or the Starks. So these are all held by somebody, which means we need to start working on High Point, Ethering. We should have this claim. Seal Shore. Yeah, we have that claim. It has to be Preston War. So that just leaves High Point, Ethering, and then Deep Down and Driftwood Hall. So I think we'll do High Point first. Let's go ahead and have you fabricate a claim right here. And then Pine's End, we are going to go ahead and... I can't declare war, huh? I have a non-aggression pact with him. That is a bit annoying. How do I dissolve it? Can I dissolve it? See, this is where I wish there was a more diplomatic option, because I would love to bring him into, just like, bring him into my lordship without any bloodshed, but that's not an option in this mod or this game, so I have to conquer him. And he actually is, you know, somewhat positive toward me. Interestingly enough, he has 2 sons, but his heir is actually the Lord Paramount, which could cause us a lot of problems. If he ends up dying and Roos inherits it, I would have to declare war on the Lord Paramount of the North in order to take this province, and that would be very, very bad. Let's see. He's married to my sister, which is even more problematic. Yeah, I apparently can't press that claim right now, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Betrothed can marry, which Which betrothed? Ah, okay. As soon as this autosave ends, I will probably go ahead and trigger that one. That was a matrilineal marriage. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do it. Let's see. He is strong, patient, honorable, a family person, and temperate. He's got some pretty good traits. His skills are not good, but he's got decent traits. Hopefully when he turns 16, he'll get something that makes him at least somewhat worthy of, you know, joining our I keep wanting to say kingdom, but it's just a lordship. But at least we can count on some of his positive traits being passed to their children. And of course, she's actually a fairly decent character with some decent traits of her own, with the exception of Wrath. Hopefully we can weed that one out, but we'll accept. It was our doing, after all. We were the ones that arranged that. Yes, we will accept. And so, Roberd Faring has joined our court, and he's being educated by me. That is perfect. But they're already married. Okay, well, they've been wed, so even though that one guy thought it wasn't the best idea, it happened. It's done, and I am again educating him. So hopefully we can have some influence on his skills before he turns 16 and they're set. You know, it's times like this where I wish we were an elective monarchy. Just because, you know, Sybil is not gonna cut it. Her lineage is not all that secure either. Like, even Arana would be a slightly better choice, just because, I mean, she's got... I mean, her skills really aren't any better. But she's younger, and so she has, you know, the potential to have a son still, where... I mean, Sybil is still fairly young, but she's had a whole lot of daughters, and it doesn't look like she's going to be having any sons soon. She's trying to kill somebody. Who's that? I don't know. I don't know who she's trying to kill. As long as it's not me, I'm not really all that concerned. So, a son was born to Miles Drinkwater and Arana Raventree, named Damon. So, Miles and my sister Arana had a son named Damon. Okay. And what kind of skills does he have? None, apparently. Hopefully, he becomes a decent character. His father's actually pretty decent. And his mother wasn't too bad a character either. She's actually in the running for Justicar, or that's sort of what we were looking at there. But since our Justicar ended up coming through for us, I don't know that we're going to replace him now. Small Estates has been built in Newcastle. Okay, so let's go look at that. The small estates are done, so we would need guard stations too to get there, which would require us to take patrol posts down the tech tree a little ways. But that would give us some more income. Castletown would give us even more income than that. We just need to save up the 300 gold required. So I might do that, or I could buy like basic defenses. That might be a good idea. You know what? That seems like a pretty good investment, actually. Money is great, but if we can't hold these castles, it's not really going to matter how much money we have. Although mercenaries hold castles just as well as forts do, at least in this game. Alright, so let's see. Our cap is around 13,000. We're only just over halfway there. But we do have another roughly 5,000 from our vassals. God, I'm so bummed that we can't attack these guys. How do I cancel a non-aggression pact? You guys will have to let me know how to do that, or I guess I can look it up between episodes, but... I'm going to ask him to honor it, because at the very least he'll pay me some interest on it, which I'm fine with. If he wants to keep paying me interest on this thing forever, that's totally cool. It's just going to supplement my income. That might actually be better than getting a lump sum. Yeah, so let's see, like 18.75 gold every couple of years is not a too bad thing. Whereas, you know, if he gives it to me all at once, that'll be nice. I'll spend it all on a single upgrade or something, and then it'll be gone. Where this is like a nice little paycheck from the Lord Paramount himself. So yeah, we gotta figure out how to get rid of this non-aggression pact. Wonder if I could insult him, and that would break it. He's not gonna like me. I'm gonna insult him. We'll see what happens. Okay. That'll teach him, apparently. And hopefully he'll break it or something. I don't think it's gonna let that happen, but I don't know. We'll find out. I guess, like, worst comes to worst. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, my catapults are done. Or my basic defenses. Worst comes to worst, if we can't assassinate him, we could potentially assassinate her. Actually, she's got a lower chance. But if the marriage tie is broken, the non-aggression pact will break. You know, whether he dies or she dies, that should end it. But I'd prefer not to have to do that. I'd rather just be able to move them off of Pine's End. But again, I really wish I could do it diplomatically. He's married to my sister. You'd think he'd be a little bit inclined to listen to what I have to say. Like, if I could form the alliance and then take it one further and, like, sort of, like, absorb him into Carhold, that'd be great, but not in this game, unfortunately. Which is interesting. This game is all about diplomacy, and that's something that you can't do, but that's actually something that you can do in, like, Total War. In, like, Total War games are about exactly what the name would imply, the actual warfare aspect, the battles, and the diplomacy is just sort of there as filler so that you have some sort of context for the battles. And it's funny that in, like, Total War Rome 2, you can actually do that. You can form confederations with different tribes and things, where in here it's kind of like, yeah, you can insult people and do all sorts of cloak and dagger stuff, but actually can't really accomplish all that much diplomatically. You can accomplish a lot through lineages, though, which is one thing this game has going for it. But outside of lineages, the diplomacy actually isn't as robust as you might think. So this kid is also 14. He's betrothed to Arana, who's our second daughter. He's pretty good trait-wise, not so good skill-wise, although he is greedy, which hurts his diplomacy just slightly. But yeah, we're gonna make this one happen. I'll go ahead and approve it. And my lord, for some time now I've been in the employ of Lord Florian, but now I seek a better station. So Janos. Oh wow, look at you. Yeah, I'll take you. It's gonna cost me 20 gold and 10 prestige. I am fine with that. And Walder Bolton is gonna join us as well. I don't have any wards. That's a bit concerning. So let's see. Your husband, I'm going to educate him myself. We'll do that. And then, your husband apparently doesn't need... Oh, he does have a guardian. I don't know why it changed. I didn't approve that. But I'd like to educate him myself as well. So they've gotten married. There's nobody to pay the dowry or whatever. Hopefully this updates soon. There it goes. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have much of a... Oh, wow, everybody's defecting. Wilbur of Wolfsten. Sure. Why not? Did Florian die? Where'd he go? Huh, he's not dead. Whatever, we have somebody to replace him. I'm not sure why he left, though. I wish it would tell me. Alright, well, we gotta replace him. And, oh. That's why it stuck him into that spot. I don't want him there. I'm gonna put Janos there. Janos, your job is to fabricate claims on High Point. And you're younger, and your diplomacy skills better, so you should be more effective. Although, the previous guy who just left, his skill was 17 before he got depressed. So, it's not really an upgrade other than age-wise. Although, if, you know, that guy was going to continue to be depressed, it is sort of an upgrade overall. Let's see. Their levies are always so high, and you know, you take them over and the levy goes down so much. Like that levy, 1260 for the cap, and then like you got these here that are about the same. But when we held Eastmelt, the levy size was like 300, and I know he hasn't upgraded that much. I can virtually guarantee it. Yeah, nothing. So it's just it's probably a matter of like, you know, this lord, for example, putting his master at arms there to recruit more troops and whatnot. But even when I was doing that as solely the lord of what happened? It's no longer chief general. Okay, he died of gonorrhea. Oh man, that's that ain't pleasant. Okay, well we need a new chief general, whatever that means. Oh, master at arms. Okay. Well, it looks like our wife is the best person for the job, so is this a good idea? I mean, we want to have a son. I don't think we're going to be able to have a son if she's commanding armies and whatnot. Our other option is Darren, the Lord of Sheep's Head. I would probably put him there over Jonel. But she is the best option. I don't know. I'm concerned if she is training troops or leading armies that we're not going to have any more children, and that's kind of what we're trying for here. So we'll leave it to Darren for now. If he proves ineffective at training troops, then obviously our wife will take over. But until she's like, I forget what the cutoff age is, but until she's beyond the point where she's too old to have children, I'd like to keep her, you know, home with us. Actually, where am I right now? Am I could be in Winterfell. Danella. No. Wait, who is this even? I don't recognize her. Let's arrange a marriage. Prefer to find somebody like in my court. I like to just match up people in my court because it makes it easier. So let's see, court. Actually, can I just like arrange? Yeah, there we go. Arrange a marriage. So who's around? There's Danella. So we've got Lonel and Danella. Perfect. And then we'll arrange another marriage, and we'll do... Jorah's a bit old. Bruce, or I guess we'll just call him Bruce. There's nobody that he can marry. Are you a maester? Is that why? That might be why. Yeah, he is. Okay. You guys are all ancient. Janos isn't married apparently, so we'll marry him to... Oh, everybody's fairly old actually. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Let's arrange a marriage. We'll put him in there, and... Oh, that's not gonna work. I gotta go to here. Jorah... Where is it? Come on. Did I go past him? I must have. What about you? Yeah, honestly, if they're... I think if the couples are older than certain... I don't remember if it's like 40 or what age it is, but if the people are older than a certain age, they can't have children, and so it kind of defeats the purpose of marrying them. Like, they may as well just be single if they're not gonna carry on their lineage. So, let's arrange a marriage for you, and who would be worthy of poaching? Joy, maybe? She's got pretty good skills. Paula is a little bit younger. Skills aren't as good, though. Ryland, she could be like a general for us, probably. She's 38, though, a bit old. No. She's actually not bad. I should try to marry her to somebody else, though, because she's too young for him, and actually too good a character for him. So let's try Joy, I guess. We'll make that one happen. And then I was going through my court and looking for Janos. Wherever he went. I keep missing him. You know what? Screw it. Do it this way. Arrange a marriage for him. He's 35. Mylenda. She's actually a good character too. If I had a son, I'd marry him to her or that other character we saw, but unfortunately I don't. So I guess we'll do Paula. Wait, what happened there? Oh, it's gotta be matrilineal, huh? That's unfortunate. In that case, well, shit. If I matrilineally marry him, then he's gonna leave. So I might have to just leave that one alone. I could marry him to my daughter Serana, but he's a bit old. But that would bring him into my family, which may not be a bad thing. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. I mean, any other marriage, I'm going to lose him. Like, any of these matrilineal ones, he's gone. So, if it's not a Raventree, then, you know, who's it going to be? Whoops, why do I keep clicking that? I guess it's going to be her. It'll be matrilineal. We might still lose him to that because she's not part of my court. So you know what? You're just going to be single, pal. And yeah, unfortunately, there's some really good options if we had a son. Like, there are some really good options for potential spouses, but since we don't, I mean, I'm not sure where we're gonna take this. No. You don't have any children yet. I mean, you obviously don't. Clay doesn't have any... Oh, he does have a son. Donner Raventree. Can I even arrange a marriage there? No. He's in that weird place where he's, like, too close in relation to marry anybody in, like, my court. But I don't have any say over him, so I can't get him to marry anybody outside my court. Like, if he were my son, obviously I could dictate who he marries, but I can't dictate who he marries, so yeah. Right. You're not really getting any better, are you? He looks like such a hipster too. Like that mustache and that haircut. And then what about this kid? It's really not looking that great either. But we haven't gotten any events for them yet. I mean, it's possible we'll still get events for him. At the very least, I'm hoping that Lord Callan can provide some positive influence for whatever final trait they get. I think we're going to end it here, though. I think we're about right on time, and we did sort of accomplish what we set out to do today, which was get a claim on here. It just so happens that we actually can't take advantage of it. So our next goal is going to be to take High Point, or if the truce ends before that, I believe it was like 8404. Let's find out here. Actually, what am I doing? I can just click here. 8403. So we've got 6 more years. If the truce ends before we get High Point, we'll take Seal Shore. If it ends after we get it, it's going to be a toss-up, and I might let you guys decide. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Crusader Kings 2 with you guys, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.